So what's the deal with airline food? No, but seriously, I'm genuinely asking because I I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm too poor to fucking travel. Come on, reach out to me here. Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode number 36. This is another Ryan-less one because he's been fired from the show for negligence. He served me a cup of tea and it was at like 42 degrees Kelvin, and I said, we don't use Kelvin here in the studio, aka my trailer. And yeah, he's fired on the spot. I was like, Kelvin is some fucking blasphemous shit there. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a pretty quiet week as far as news goes and things along that line. Um, Still haven't watched Prey. We were supposed to watch Prey earlier because we learned it's on Disney Plus, not just Hulu. That's what I hate about this fucking all this streaming shit is that you never know where something is. It's like Hulu premiered. It's like, okay, so is it just on Hulu? And it's like, no, Hulu, it's also on Disney Plus. And it's on fucking Netflix and Atlantis. Like there's no consistency. And you never know. The shitty thing too about sorry, I gotta adjust my chair here. The shitty thing about living in Canada is that you don't know if they're talking about here or they're talking about the US. It's because it's almost mostly US. And even though the US and Canada are so close, we could be further away when it comes to streaming platforms, especially Netflix. Like it's pretty cancer the amount of stuff that gets cut out up here, but um, we got to deal with it. So, but I confirmed it was on Disney Plus, even in Canada. So we're gonna watch it probably this Friday. I'm recording this right now on Wednesday, August 10th. So probably on Friday, August 12th, we'll be able to do more of a review on that and get our thoughts on it. I know everybody's already been talking about it and they're saying it's really good and they like it a lot. So it's kind of weird that it's a mainstream Predator movie, but it did get a theatrical release. It's just released on streaming platforms. I thought that was a little weird, just because of the subject matter, just because it is Predator. It's kind of a big IP, if you ask me, but I don't know. So yeah, I know there's some people that were there's some outrage online that I saw, and I don't know, it could be fake as hell. Who knows? But it was like some people that were Native Americans, and they were like some people were offended by the way that the people dressed or the traditional garb, and some people were worried if they were real Native Americans and all this stuff. It's like it's a goddamn fictional movie about a Comanche warrior or warrior S. Is there a female version of warrior, or are they just called warriors? Because you always see back in the day, like with He Man, it was always warrior princess. It was never just female warrior. But I guess we've progressed, so we'll call her, yeah, because there's like sorcerer and sorceress. Wow. Wizard and witch. That's a weird one, too. I guess we're going down a rabbit hole here about gender, gender when it comes to fictional and non-fictional warriors. Either way, yeah, we'll be doing that next week. It looks pretty awesome, so I can't wait to watch it. I was gonna watch it ahead of time, but I kind of wanted to get a first reaction with everybody there, so I just try to be nice. But either way, I want to. Speaking of fake though, let me just pull it up here. There's Uh, speaking of fake, I did kind of want to devolve and get into this whole fake thing for the podcast because I'm just like, it's so weird that every like right now, it kind of hurts me mentally because everything is like so fake these days that it's actually getting to the point where it's hard to tell what's real necessarily, and you get so cynical about everything that you don't really believe anybody's story like ever. It's there's so many people, like for example on TikTok and stuff, that are faking disabilities that you don't really believe the people, because there's that Ashley Mizzle person that's getting, like, I looked into her because she's actually got a news story. She's clinically blind, so she's not blind, but I thought she was fake originally, but I'm pretty sure she's not fake now after watching it. She's just kind of like any kind. I mean, as bad as it sounds, but any kind of attention seeker on TikTok and stuff, right? They're just people that want to. They're just attention seekers, right? That's just how they make videos. But I just thought it was very suspicious and weird that how, like, she's blind, but she's always in frame, and she's always like the videography is just too good for a blind person to me. But when you think of blind, you think of, I can't see at all. I'm literally blind. I can't see. But she's only clinically blind, so she's not actually truly blind. She's just clinically blind, or whatever you call it, where she can't operate a motor vehicle, but she could still. I think she could still see to a degree, and she's getting her laser eye surgery and stuff, and so it appears to be real. But again, that's the problem, right? Is that there's so many people faking shit that it's hard to pick out, what's real and what's not. And like what's really been grinding my dick lately is the amount of people that are doing this stupid street interviews. Like, it's been happening for a couple of years now, the street interview genre, I guess you could say. But it's just, they're so, like, I don't know, they're so unbelievably fake that I don't understand why they get traction. I mean, I do in a way, because it's always like the same shit. It's always like a girl with a big ass or big tits or something like that, right? And it's always like some guy like, do you find me attractive? You're about an 8. And then he'll like lift up his shirt or something. It's all sexualized, right? It's all, he'll throw up it, he'll pull up, he'll pull up like his 6 pack, right? And it'll be like, oh, you're a 10 now. It's like, or like I saw one today that popped up, and it was like this girl who's conventionally attractive, and then you know it's like, and he's got the interviewer has his friend with him, and he's like, do you find him attractive? And she's like, yeah, he's cute. And then like, hey, do you think she's cute? And he's like, yeah, of course she's cute. And it's like, oh, you should kiss her. And then they like just kissed, and it was like, that was the end of the video. It's like, wow. I mean, I know my podcast sucks, but really doesn't take much to keep you fucking people entertained, does it? When that's like a viral hit, And again, TikTok's all short form content, right? And all that stuff. So I'm still not on TikTok because I just don't trust it. But you get the short TikTok reposts on Instagram and Facebook. So you scroll through. So, I'm just a big of an idiot because I'm the one watching it as it comes through. But mostly I just watch it to see how fucking bad it is. But I'm sure there are some people out there that actually watch that and subscribe to those certain accounts because they find them genuinely entertaining. But that is not me. I cannot stand that street interview shit because it's always the same shit, and it's just like, here we go. We're gonna have Codeman's guide to watching and discovering fake viral videos. Okay, here's step number 1. Look at the fucking people in the video. Do they look too good to be true? Like, again, the girls, big tits, big ass, tight clothing, skimpy outfits, all the time, right? All the time. Same with like it's usually girls, but you know the guys. If there happens to be a guy, it's usually a ripped guy. But usually it's just some YouTuber that hired girls to be in his video, right? Like actresses, and it's like it's always the same shit, right? It's always these girls that are like eights, nines, and tens, right? And it if you smell bullshit, it's probably bullshit, you know. And there's the odd one where it's like a regular looking person, and it's like okay, that makes sense. And I'm not trying to be shallow. Like there could obviously be good looking girls just walking around, and these guys just pick them out of a crowd. But I'm telling you that it's very unlikely. It's the way a lot of these reactions go down. It's just not human. There's no way that would happen in a real human scenario. Especially like usually if you're a girl and you're listening to this, which means you're desperate, but it, if you're watching this, just let me know. If a guy went up to you with a microphone randomly, just walked up to you on the side of the street and like just put a microphone in your face, it was, would you kiss my friend here? Like, what's your knee jerk reaction gonna be? Like, I don't think it would. Even if he was cute, I don't think it would be like, he's pretty cute, and then like you instinctually like lean in and kiss him when he leads into you. Like that just doesn't happen. It does, and again, the guy could be Channing Tatum for all I fucking know. He could be. Well, I don't know who the girls. Tom Holland, I guess. I don't know. Is that the new one? You know, somebody who is conventionally attractive that girls love. Could be Chris Hemsworth. Could be fucking any of those guys. Most girls still aren't gonna just lead in for the kiss instinctually. They're gonna get red in the face. They're gonna get nervous and stuff. But it's like it's all shit. It's all fake, and I don't know. It really sucks. And one thing that like I always talk about with my buddy Justin there is that because me and Justin we love the old prank show Just for Laughs. It's a Canadian show. It's based off of Just for Laughs, the festival in Montreal, Canada. And there's these guys, and it's a show where they do pranks, and it's one where it's edited for TV audiences, so they kind of add noises and they add music to it, and it's not the unless somebody screams. Sometimes they'll use the real scream if it's a scare prank or something, or a reaction sound like but other than that, like they blurt out like all the language and stuff because it's for TV. They don't want people cussing or something. Because usually when you get scared, it's like, oh fuck. So they had to make it for TV, and they added the music and stuff. So just to make it funnier, right? But the thing I always liked about that show is that it was real. You could tell every prank they did was real, and it was original. It was something they did, something they cooked up. They made the props, they made the hole in the ground, whatever it was, the fake wall. They went the whole 9 yards. And you watch that whole show, you can watch it from beginning to end, every episode. You'll never see a repeat of a person. Like the people they prank, they're not actors, right? You can tell they're just genuine fucking regular everyday normal motherfuckers. Okay, that's kind of cringe, sorry. But I had to go for the song. But it's just these regular people, right? It's just average, ordinary, average Joes. Like me, you know? Guys that probably live in trailers, hate their lives, have no money. I'm just throwing out something like that. But either way, that's what I'm saying. It's all regular people, and you could just tell, even for the time, and even the more modern ones. Which by modern ones, I think just for laughs. Actually, I should look that. I'm gonna look that up right now. Last season of Just for Laughs gags. Aha. Let's see. It might still be going. I Oh, it is still going. Wow. I don't know if I've seen any of the new ones. The pretty much the only time I mean I watch their YouTube pranks from time to time. But it's mostly like reruns, like it's old stuff, right? So I don't have TV, so the only time I get to watch the newer ones is if I'm in a hotel and I happen to be watching them. But yeah, again, it's they're they're all regular people. You could tell, you know. It's not like they're going to do a scare prank on this chick at a boardwalk and she's wearing like, you know, really tight short shorts and she's got a huge ass and, the thong is, showing out of her ass crack, and she's wearing like a bra with fucking double D's, that's not going to be their victim in these pranks, like an obvious actor. So if you have time, which you do, because you're alive, you're breathing, you're breathing in oxygen, expelling CO2. Go check out Just for Laughs gigs. It's awesome. They're on YouTube. That was the weirdest thing. I had when I discovered they had a YouTube channel and I was watching some of their stuff. At the end of their YouTube videos, they have like like everybody else does, where it's like video links, like an end screen, like end cards, and that's actually the first time the main guy. There's this old guy that's he's one of the prankers on the show, and he's been doing it since I was a kid. Like he's been doing that show forever, and he's still doing it. And that's the first time I've been watching the guy for 20 whatever years since 2001. I think it came out. Oh, oh my god. Oh, sorry about that. I literally just I had like a heartburn hiccup. Fucking burned my throat out. Jesus Christ. That was nasty. But like I said, I've been watching this guy for like 20 years. Over 20 years now. And never heard his voice until I looked at their YouTube channel. I'm like, oh my god. Because he's like really French, but it makes sense because they're in Montreal. So he's like, if you like the video, please click the YouTube channel here. I'm like, oh. I'm like, that's his voice. And then the other girl, she's been doing it forever too. She's not as old as him, but she's been doing it forever too. And like, she's got a heavy French accent too. And I'm like, oh, it's just kind of weird. Not because you watch these people all the time, but you never know what they sound like. So it's kind of funny that way. But yeah, that's a great old show, and it's just real. But that's the problem. It's such a fake world we live in now. It's just everything, like you know, because I've always been a comedy guy. Always, comedy's been like my number one. You know, I like video games and comedy. Those are my two like huge things that are absolute rock solid in my life. I always love comedy. It there's nothing better than having a good laugh. Like earlier today, I actually had a crazy laugh. I almost passed out. It sucks out. It sucks because like I was operating heavy machinery at the time, but I almost fucking passed out laughing because I was listening to Joe Rogan on his podcast, and he had Theo Vaughn on, and Theo goes and says like, we had this guy, and he was trying to fast. He was trying to fast his gay away. And he's like, how long did he last? He's like 5 days, or he was like, it was like something like 20 to 40 days, something like that. And he's like, by the end of it, he was just ribs and dick. And I fucking yeah, like I was driving, and like I started seeing stars because I was laughing so fucking hard. Because that just kills me. Oh, he was just ribs and dick, man. I just imagine this guy just ribs and dick. uh, and like on another tangent here, like Theo Vaughn is fucking hilarious. I love that guy so much. He's just like he's just like it's like the antithesis of like redneck comedy almost, but it's like really funny and fuck does he like that guy just he every time he's on that podcast I have to watch it right away because I'm like oh my god this guy's fucking hilarious and it's always worth a smile. So and that brings me back to more comedy because just like that's the thing. You just like, some people like serial killer documentaries, and I get that. It's kind of cool. I don't mind them once in a while, stuff like that, like, serial killer stuff. I do like some morbid stuff, so I do enjoy it from time to time for sure. But like nothing beats watching a comedy special or like a sweet comedy movie. And one subsect of that, like like I brought up with Just for Laughs, is that pranks. I love fucking pranks. And I always have, and like Gags was one of the first things that I watched. And I love that. But then, as the internet grew and YouTube became more popular, people started moving over to YouTube to do pranks. And there was a spot, whatever. It was like probably 2012 to 2016, something like that. 2017 maybe. During that era, pranks fucking blew the fuck up on YouTube and they're huge. And that was when, again, I was used to Just for Laughs. So, you know, and it's real and authentic. So I had no reason to suspect anything would be fake. I mean, yeah, it's the internet. You always take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a fucking respond, not a fucking idiot. I've tried not to use the R word as much because I'm trying to be a stated citizen, but or not a stated citizen. Whatever, retard. I don't care if I use it. Fuck it. But I'm not. I'm not slow. I'm not stupid. I know that. Um, I know that obviously anything on the internet you gotta take with a grain of salt, and there's a lot of fake shit out there. But as far as pranks go, I didn't really I didn't really think about it that way. I didn't think about it as something to monetize and get actors in, because that's not how I think, and that's what I just to me it's to me that's something I would never do. Because to me, faking a prank, uh, it takes all the joy out of it for me. It just does. And I've thought about doing pranks at some point on YouTube, and maybe one day I will. But I could never, like, just me personally. This is me personally. I could never hire actors to fake reactions in a prank. It's just like it's like a level of internal cringe that I just can't. It's the same thing with the whole TikTok thing. How I haven't gone on TikTok because I don't trust the fucking app, and the terms of service are garbage. And like, I know I could get a lot more eyes. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, I haven't even eaten yet. I'm burping, and I know I could get a lot more eyes on my content if I went on TikTok. But I literally cannot bring myself to download it because it's morals, right? It's morals over money and fame and getting your name out there. And I'm not saying I will never download it. I'm not saying that, but I don't know. I feel like I would want to wait for something else or just do Instagram Reels or Facebook Reels. And again, I'm not stupid. I know nobody's safe. All these companies are collecting your data, and they're all doing ominous, weird shit. But TikTok is owned by a foreign entity, first of all, China, the worst of all foreign entities. And it's just like the terms of service, they literally collect everything on you, everything on your phone. It literally, when you click the download and accept thing, it gets everything. They have access to everything on your computer, your browsing history, your photos, your videos. And it even says in the terms of service that they can access it from other computers. So I'm not trying to tinfoil hat you guys or anything, but essentially, when you do download TikTok, essentially you're selling every ounce of your data that's on that phone to the Chinese Communist Party. Like, and yes, I am aware that, you know, I think an American company owns TikTok. I'm gonna look it up right now because I'm pretty sure it's been banned in India. Interesting. Oh, right here it says, is TikTok still owned by China? Uh okay, yeah, it is. ByteDance Limited. That's a Chinese company. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. As far as yeah, as far as they're saying right here, it's still owned by China largely, and the TikTok employees in China can access the American data. So yeah, there you go. It's still owned by those fucking creeps. So yeah, I don't know. I again, it's just and you guys, anybody who watches this, they know me. I'm like, you know, I I like to be honest with you guys, and I don't like to beat around the bush for that stuff. And for me, there are certain people who will kind of sell their morals for clout, and they'll sell, you know, everything. They'll sell anything for money and fame and shit like that. And just for me though, I I have certain morals, and there's just certain countries like China that literally high and low key worry me because they're, I don't know, I think they're dangerous. And I think in the next 20 years we're going to see China do something stupid, and I really don't want them to have any of my information when that happens. So, hopefully an American or Canadian company steps up and makes their own version of it. You know, until then I would just stick to Facebook and Instagram because yeah, I just can't bring myself to download TikTok. I just really don't. I really don't trust it. But anyways, back to the pranks thing. We just keep getting sidetracked here. The pranks thing. I couldn't imagine anything being fake online. Like as far as pranks go, because yeah, I just can't. To me, faking pranks takes away, yeah, all the fun. It's just useless. Because the whole point of a prank is to prank somebody, to do something unexpected and getting a reaction. It's funny. But you know, I watched all the OGs. You know, everybody's watched Fousey at some point. Fousey Tube, he was fucking massive. Roman Atwood, who was that other guy? Vitalized Life, which was, I think his name is Vitali. He's, I think he's Russian, I believe. But you know, there were all those there, and there's a bunch of other ones too. But those were like the huge ones, right? Like there, and there were some that were more real, like Ed Bassmaster, and who's the farting guy? Jack Vale. Jack Vale. Yeah, he was pretty good. Um, so like from that list, I think to be fair, Jack Vale and Ed Bassmaster, I think they're real for the most part. Obviously, they've done compilations with, or not compilations. They have done that, but um, uh, collaborations. Sorry, they've done collaborations and stuff with each other, and you know, whatever. It is what it is. But I have no reason to suspect that they're totally fake. I feel like a lot of his stuff, based on the reactions and everything else, is pretty genuine. But like, I remember like learning. a couple of years after watching. I know I watched a lot of Roman Atwood stuff, and I watched a lot of Vitali, because they were pretty over the top and they were cool, like at the time. Until Vitali did that weird thing at the which award show was that where he showed up naked? That was hilarious. Vitali. Oh, oh, I don't want that. I just looked up Vitali shows up naked and it's like it goes to X videos. It's like, no, I don't want that. Save search is off. Ooh, here we go. Okay. And I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure there was an awards show where he like got naked and ran across to be like funny, but it ended up being like super cringy and everybody pretty much disowned him for it. But yeah, anyways, there was those guys, and there was that there was that one guy, but I knew he was fake from the start. He was on I think he started on Vine. His name was Lance. What the hell was his name? His last name, I mean. But his name was Lance, and he always did pranks on his mom and stuff. And she was always like, "You great, you motherfucker," and stuff. Like, and again, some of them seemed real, but it's pretty obvious that a lot of the shit that guy does is fake. But either way, I'm taking you back to when I was a troglodyte in like 2000, 2011, 12, something like that, when I was just getting into like, the prank videos on YouTube, and to a degree, I thought they were all real. But then I remember like really thinking the one day about how I'm like, some of these are just too good. It's just the reaction of the victim and stuff. It's almost too good to be true. Because I've done pranks in real life. I've done pranks on people and to people, and I've planned them out crazy. And we've done like, we've done crazy shit to our friends, just as Justin. Like the other week, this is gonna be pretty gay, but hey, we had a good time. What can I say? There's this the other week. We're going off on a tangent here, but that's okay. Where my buddy, our buddy Ryan here, friend of the show, the Houster, he uh he was coming over to my place. I can't remember what we were doing, if we were gaming or watching a movie. I don't remember what the whole thing was. And this was literally like 2 months ago. But we're like, hurry up, man, where are you? And it was me and my brother and our buddy Justin there, which is Sword Cure. He's been on the show before. Um, anyways, and I remember we are just sitting around waiting for him to come, and 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 Kyle's like, wouldn't it be funny if he showed up and we are all naked? And I was just like laughing, like just dying, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not doing that. And then like we all agreed, we're like, what about shirtless, pantless? I'm like, okay, we'll just keep her underwear on. So and it's an open concept trailer, and there's video of this, and no, I'm not releasing the video unless you guys give me 2 million likes. But there is a video of it because I put my phone on the stove. It's an open concept trailer, right? So when you enter, you look to the left, there's the living room. And the kitchen's behind the living room, no wall there. And on the right hand side of the kitchen, there's a pantry. And the stove's next to it. So I put my phone, I had that flip phone at the time, the Galaxy Z Flip. So I flipped it up with the camera on, and I put it on top of the stove, so it was recording his reaction essentially. And so we invited him over, and he shows up, and my brother's computer is in the living room, and we absolutely turned his stereo up to the maximum, like his speakers on the computer, and we put this vicious gay porn gangbang. But this vicious gay porn gangbang video, widescreen, massive volume, and it's just playing, and all you hear is like, and like you hear like the techno music they got playing on the stupid video, like boom, 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 and just these guys moaning and like, and yeah, like Ryan entered, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And you know, if it, the reason I'm saying this is because if it was fake, it would have been like he came in and it would have been like he would have been like, "Oh, fucking gay bastards," but he's like, this is what happened. He came in and he's like a little nervous, and because it's like he's hearing this weird sound with music, and then he thought we were hiding in a closet, so he like hit the closet, thinking somebody was in there, but nobody was in there. And then he turns around and yeah, all of and like we're making moaning sounds from the fucking pantry because all three of us are just in our underwear in the pantry. And then like he comes a little bit closer, we all emerge from the we all emerge from the pantry, and we act surprised that he's there. We're like, oh my god, and then Kyle's like, don't you know how to knock? I was fucking dying. Like, oh, such a such a funny prank. But if like his reaction was a little subpar, but I mean that's his reaction was like, I knew something was up, but he was just laughing. But he also the thing about that prank too is that you know Ryan knows us pretty well. He knows if he hears some weird shit going on, he usually knows we're trying to fuck with him because we're always trying to fuck with him. So might have been a different reaction from random, but my point is like, even doing, and I've even done pranks on random people too, and they've never turned out that way that they do in these videos with like Roman Atwood and Vitaly and all that shit. So it's all fabricated to a degree, and it's just I remember like starting to think like it was weird, yeah, like just how the reactions were always perfect. And I'm like, well, maybe they just filmed it a bunch of times and you know, they had like a bunch of failed reactions. And then this was the one that was good, so they saved it. But like, it was just like, holy fuck, that would take a lot of work for a lot of different people, depending on the complexity of the prank. But, and then like, Colossal is crazy. Um, another, creator on YouTube, he released a video, and I always found him to be hilarious because his videos were always like he didn't upload very often. I think the guy only uploaded like 10 videos in the span of 10 years. But like and he was on a podcast with Keemstar, and I don't think that's going anymore. Mom's Basement, I think it was called. He was on Baited originally, and then they went to Mom's Basement, or yeah, Mom's Basement, I think it was called. I think Mom's Basement's still going because I think it's Keem and FaZe Banks, but I don't think Colossal is on there anymore. Anyway, doesn't matter. Going off on a tangent. I have ADD. Pity me, or love me, or think of me as the pinnacle of evolution. Whatever you want to do. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. Colossal made that. He made a video called like Prank YouTube, and he was exposing like a bunch of fake prank people, and like some behind the scenes footage was released of, like people filming people pranking people, right? So showing that it was staged, and then there was a bunch of like these. It was kind of a weird thing too because it was like a bunch of other guys trying to get famous on YouTube, but their way of getting famous on YouTube was by exposing pranks that they were involved in. So it'd be like, you know, it would be a guy being like, "Yeah, I was in Fousey Tube's pizza delivery prank, and I just want to tell you guys it's fake." It's like, yeah, we know. Like, fuck. It's just weird. It's weird to me. Uh, not because the guy's like betraying FouseyTube's trust. He's betraying him. No, not because of that, but it's just because of the whole fact that it's just like it's like trying to get clout, but it's like you're equally guilty because you faked the prank and you knew it was fake. You knew it was fake, and you were just getting paid like $20 to be an actor in a stupid YouTube video. Like, and now you're trying to get clout off it by telling people it's fake. Like, I don't know, it was just fucking stupid. But either way, I looked at the whole prank community a lot differently. And, you know, I've talked to Justin, and we've always said, like, it'd be fucking really cool to start our own show that's like Just for Laughs, but more, more raunchy, maybe like, not bleeped out, just all authentic, real reactions with real audio and everything. But we'd have to do real pranks. But we always ran to the same roadblock, right? And the same roadblock, the same roadblock is that you couldn't compete. That's the problem. With all the fake shit out there, the fake shit is so good that anything that would be genuine, nobody would really want to watch because they would just, it just wouldn't be as good. Or if it was as good, like if you did get a sweet reaction, they would just think it's fake anyway because everything's fake. So like you really can't win either way at that point. But I don't know. I love pranks, and it again, it makes me sad because I really would like to see people do some genuine pranks. Like Ed Bassmaster, my brother knows this. Maybe he's listening right now. Probably is. Creeper. But Ed Bassmaster did this. He used to do this one prank. I don't know if he's done it recently, but he did it back in the day. It was called, I can't remember what it was called. Like it was called like the funny face or something. But he was literally so like the reactions I don't think were staged. It was all real reactions and real customers, but the scene was fake because it was a furniture store and he was posing as an employee at the furniture store. And so like that part was fake, that he wasn't an employee. But that's just a setup. So that doesn't matter. That's not the important part. The important part is that the victims are real and the reactions are real. So, but he did this funny face prank where he just talked to people. He'd be like, "Yeah, it's a rosewood cabinet. It's really nice. It would look great in your house." And then randomly he would like do like a he would do like a fucked up face, and then like he would literally just stop talking, and he just kind of like look at them or like look into space for like an uncomfortable amount of time, like sometimes like a minute straight, and then he'd just come back to normal and just keep talking as if nothing happened. And like fuck, some of the reactions were so fucking hilarious. And like I said, it's not over the top, you know. It's not like these fake, the real fake videos where it's a person like jumping on a chair. So I'm going like, "Oh, bro, that was so fucking scary. What were you doing?" It was just like almost awkward, right? Like I remember the one guy just sitting there like looking around, like whispering to his wife, like, "Should we go?" And then like he comes back and starts talking again, and like he puts his hand on his back, like, "Are you okay?" It's like shit like that, and like the hacker where he was the coughing guy. So like Ed plays characters. Like he has a bunch of different characters that he plays in his pranks, and it just makes it really funny. And you can really tell it's genuine. Like you can tell it's. I'd be very surprised if they were fake. But yeah, I love that guy. So I really wish I could make a modern day prank show, or if even if Hollywood made a real prank show of that magnitude. But it's just everything's so bogged down by fake shit online. It's just depressing. I saw a video. This is getting off the prank thing, but Uh, I saw another one of those like IRL videos that people did a TikTok of, and it was like guys driving by, and it was this girl at a an air pump thing, but she didn't have money, I guess, for the air pump thing, so she was blowing up her car tires with a bike pump, like one of those hand pumps, which doesn't make any fucking sense. So like the guy's like, "Oh, bro," it's like, "Oh, bro, well, let's go pay for her air," trying to be heroes in the video. But it's like, again, it's so fucking obviously fake because what's Cody's number one rule? Go back to minute 25 or whatever that was for spotting fake shit. What's rule number one? The golden rule. I think it was the only rule I said, but but yeah, it's the number one rule. Look at who's getting pranked. She didn't look like like she's like done up to the nines, like a perfect 10, like hair, makeup, everything. Clearly a fucking actress. It's like, and it's just like, why? Why are you doing this? And it almost gets like to like, again, sometimes I get in my head almost, and I'm like, I almost get meta, and I'm like getting to the point where I'm like, is that the new thing? Is that like the new thing that people do online? Is that like they're making things so blatantly fake that they're like making a parody of a parody? You know what I mean? Like pranks have gotten so fake, and like videos like that have gotten so fake that it's now like a trend to make fake videos just to make fake videos. I I don't know. It just it blows my mind because like I said, some of them are just so blatantly obviously fake that it's just it literally hurts my head. It hurts my head like just looking at people uh and like they're just it's so cringy and it's so fucking stupid that I don't know. I don't really want any part of it, any of that shit. So it'd be nice to get back to like authentic pranking and authentic just real shit. Like another real prankster that I just remembered just popped into my head, and this was a classic that me and Justin used to watch all the time was Remy Gallard. So, and if you recognize that name, that's awesome, because he's one of the OG YouTube pranksters. But his stuff, by and large, I'm almost certain it was real, and he did like really stupid shit. I'm gonna look him up, see if he's still on here. Remy Gallard. Yeah, French YouTuber. Oh yeah, he's a good looking man these days. I mean, he always was, I guess, but yeah. Well, sorry about that. He had autoplay on. Huh, interesting. It looks like he's still making videos. Or what? Oh, he hasn't updated for a while. 5 months ago was his last one. Looks like he's doing a bunch of UFO shit right now. That's interesting. Weird. I'll have to look into more of his stuff to see what he's doing these days. But back in the day, man, he did some fucking hilarious shit where he would do big he would do like big style pranks where he would like basically his whole thing was he would dress up like characters, and he would just fuck with people. Like there's one where he would do some of the favorites are like the kangaroo. He would go around as a kangaroo and just prank people, and he ended up drop kicking a guy into a lake, which was hilarious while he was trying to get his golf ball. And there's one where he's a snail, and it was literally yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's a 39-second video, and all of this is he's dressed up like a snail in like a big snail costume, and he's blocking the road, and he's got traffic backed up for a couple miles almost. It looks, it's fucking hilarious. Mario Kart was another good one where he would be in a go kart dressed as Mario, and he'd be fucking throwing bananas at people. The Bat, another good one. Ah, fuck, he had so many good pranks. Again, I don't know what he's up to. I haven't watched his newest stuff, but like this is, yeah, like his Pac-Man video was probably the first one I watched of him, where he was doing Pac-Man in like a mall, and he was running around in a giant Pac-Man costume, and then he had like three people in ghost costumes following him, and they're just fucking being menaces. They're just knocking shit over everywhere, and and yeah, he got a lot. He got a lot of trouble in that video, but I don't know. It's just it's pretty. I'm almost certain it's real. At least it was real back then. So I'd have to I'd have to watch the newer ones to see what I think. But these old ones, I'm pretty sure were real. Yeah, like Pac-Man was my first video. That's 13 years ago. Fuck, that's wild. Like that shows you like how OG that is. That's OG YouTube. Like this guy's an OG YouTube prankster. 13 fucking years ago. Like 2009. Wow. That blows my mind. But I think I'm going to leave it on that this week. Basically I was reminiscing about the old pranks and just getting really sad about how fake the world is cuz it's kind of sad. But hopefully, we'll get new people to take up the mantle, and maybe in the future I'll film some pranks, and if they work out, upload them on YouTube. I would like to do that. I think that'd be really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to follow the podcast on all social media. Links are in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.